theory is, and it is a theory, that under certain foreign environmental conditions, some events from the past that have been captured within the walls have somehow been recorded, and then somehow they can be played back. So what you see is the lady in grey walking from one wall there through that wall there. It's not actually a ghost, it's some kind of projection of a past event. So that sounds a bit wacky, but the theory stands up.
Yeah.
So there's so many different types of ghosts. You can get your ghost that appears as real as mass, as I'm looking at her now, or you can get one that's transparent, you can get shadow people, or sometimes you can just pick up thoughts and feelings, as we discussed. So there's it's very, very rare that you will see something. I've been doing this, what, 11, 12 years now, and I've ever only seen what I believe to be a ghost once. And that was a girl, a Victorian girl, abandoned house top mess, and she appeared to me, and appeared as real as you are standing in front of me now. She was gone in the blink of an eye. And even now, years later, I think, what did I see? Was it wishful thinking? Was it an actual ghost? You know, was I imagining it? I don't know. But, yes?
Do you think one of us is a ghost?
That's a good question. Because Mary believes that ghosts walk all around us, they walk among us.
And they are, you don't have to stumble around in the dark. They are with us 24/7. You could be sitting next to somebody on the bus and not know that they were actually in fact in spirit.
Still scared of the boogeyman.
But really, they can be that three-dimensional, that solid looking, that you could. I mean, some of you must have thought that you've lost someone, and you're on a bus somewhere in a car, and you think, bloody hell, that was John, or that was Jack, or Mabel, or whatever, and you know, and it's just a fleeting glimpse. And you look back, and you think, no, it wasn't them. But just for that fleeting moment, that is real for you. And it is my assumption that they are real, and they're just out there in the crowd, just waiting to catch your glance. Just out there. And I find that very comforting. Really comforting.
If you have a choice of staying and moving on, why people move on, why don't some
Do you know, I've been asked that loads of times, and my answer to that is, particularly Alice, when in Bowden House, she's a little girl, she was quite happy there. Didn't want to go anywhere else. I love it here. This is my home, this is where I live. Do you know you're dead? Yes, I do. But I want to stay here. And another thing is divine retribution. Again, religion, hellfire and damnation. If you can imagine, it was only 150, 200 years ago that they used to hang children for stealing. Alright? And if you thought, oh, I've stolen something, I'm going to go to hell, I'm going to burn in hellfire and brimstone for eternity, and you saw a light at the end of the tunnel, and you thought, no, I'm not going there.
Yeah, okay.
I'll stay here. At least I know this place. However surreal it is, I'm going to stay here. And I think that is really the barrier that keeps spirit, in my opinion, most of the time, locked in that situation.
So the ones that have moved on, are they able to communicate?
Absolutely. Yes, definitely.
That's the big question, isn't it? Is there a heaven? Is there a hell? Is there an afterlife? Or is it just another dimension? I personally don't think we go anywhere. I think we just slip into another fixed, ultimate state. Especially with the, I think I've come to this conclusion due to EVP work that I've done with the team in Ireland over the past 2 years. You know, it seems to be some kind of different dimensional state. We've got our dimension here where we are living. We've got another dimension here, quantum physics. There's supposed to be, so they say, 11 other dimensions existing or coexisting with us, around us, that we are not aware of. Now, why that is, I don't know. Why our brains refuse to let us see that, we don't know.
So from...
That's deja vu.
Deja vu. Marion.
Scientifically, it's been proven that really your mind is just going ahead of yourself. That your psyche, and we only use a tenth of our brain's function, and that actually it's like a time slip. You're going ahead of yourself. So that's what they say it is. I don't believe that's so. I personally don't believe. I believe that you can do visitations to places and know them when you get there. Absolutely know them. I think it's what we call astral travel, and we're not going to go down that road tonight, but it is just another, a paranormal thing. you know, I do believe that people can visit places in their sleep state and then actually know names, addresses, times, dates, all sorts of things about the place before they actually get there.
Okay, any more questions?
Sorry, just going back to what you just said a minute ago, Andy. You said there was multiple sort of
Yeah,
layers.
supposedly, yeah.
So the physical stays, yeah. But so from what you're saying, there could be another group of people in here doing exactly what we're doing, but they're seeing us.
If you can imagine this place,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's it. You've got it exactly. If you've seen the film The Others, anyone seen that? Yeah. Well, think of that film. You've got a woman there with 2 children, living her life day to day as normally as she believes she is. Okay, but in the dimension around her, the future dimension, the present dimension, there's other people living there. So they each believe that each is the ghost, and that's a theory of mine that I've come across before, where we've been into haunted places and we've got interaction, we've got poltergeist activity. Are they perceiving us as the intruders?
Well, we
the
know
ghosts?
they have, because
Yeah.
I've actually had a ghost say, excuse me.
Do you know what century you're in? Yeah, we have one of those.
Yeah. And when we, really, honestly, when we told him, didn't we, at the Swan, we told him, no, you're actually dead. It's not that year. The year is whatever, 2005. He said, but what of me? What am I supposed to do now? You told me I'm dead. What am I supposed to do? And that's where I come in, because most of the places I go, the spirits that we tend to connect with and contact need help. They need reassurance and help. Like the religion thing, no, there isn't any hellfire. Go through the light. You don't belong in here anymore. Go on to the next stage of your evolution, if you want to call it for a better word.
So they're waiting for guidance then, that's all they know.